Back again with Big Talk. It's your boy BIGG on mic 1, hosting with your boy Abraham on mic 2. You know what it is. Follow that man.
Finesse.
It's a finesse guy. And we got on mic 3 today another guest. You got Moses. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my G.
What's up? Follow me on AOL.com.
Hey, you know, voice actor right here out of Charlotte. I mean, you know, that's one thing I remember. You know, when I first met you, you said, you know, I was like, yo, what are you into? Like, what are you about? And that was one of the first things you said. One, jiu-jitsu. I beat niggas' asses. You know how it is. And then you were like, I'm a voice actor. That show us a little something. Give us a little voice. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck up, bro. Fucking show started, man.
Yeah, it'd be like put on a phone sex operator voice for the ladies.
This is the phone operator. Hey, how you doing, sir? Who we talking to?
Hey, Big Daddy.
Hey, Big Daddy.
Ooh, let me get that number. Send me some pennies in the mail. $20. You know how it is. All right, let me stop playing with y'all. So today on Big Talk, we were thinking of topics earlier today, and we came up with something very important, something that affects us all, reaches everybody, affects everybody in the 21st century. You got social media.
Social media, man.
Social media.
I've heard of social media. Yeah,
you know, once or twice.
It's popping.
You know, it has some good stuff. You know, social media has a lot of power to it, boys. I mean, everything we do nowadays is affected by social media, personal life, business life. Shit, even the money sometimes runs through social media. Shout out to BAMCubed.
Well, let's ask. Do you have a social media?
Well, you know, follow me, Matthew_67boss on all platforms. We out here living, learning our best life. I like to keep my social media clean, boys.
Keep it clean.
I like to make sure when people look at it, you know, it's a good representation of what I'm about.
Facts.
All right. But why do you have Instagram, bro? Why do you have a Twitter and a Snapchat?
See, like I said, the power nowadays, man, you got to stay connected with people. That's the way you do. You know, one of the things they always say when you're going to get a job, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. You know how you're going to get in the building if you don't know somebody in the building. You know, those connections from your childhood to people from your past, you know, may just be a Facebook friend now, but you see them doing something that might benefit you, you reach out. As we say in the show all the time, don't be crabs in a barrel, you know, help each other out. Hey, man, I think I can help you with this, and that. Or, hey, I think you could assist me with this, you know. Certain things like that, you know, you have social media, you have the power to reach out and enable others and enable yourself.
Yo, but how authentic can social media be if you've never met the person before? You've never met them in the flesh. You're literally just seeing a digital image of them.
Well, see, most of my social media comes from in-person contact. Well, that's how I like to contact with people. Nowadays, you know, it used to be give them your address, they'll send you a letter. After that, give them a phone call, you know what I'm saying? Give them your number to give them a phone call, text. Nowadays, I know the man is a finesse god over there. Is the king of, hey girl, take down my IG.
Nah. I don't know about all that. I mean, so when I meet a person, I do like to exchange Instagrams just to, you know, just have my network, you know, be on display. I mean, I am trying to build a following or whatever. You know, social media is super important. For sure. Yeah, I do like taking down people's Instagrams, and it's crazy. It's got me a lot of business. It's got me a lot of connections, a lot of friendships, a lot of you know, lots of opportunities of just taking the time to get people down on my network list, for sure.
Well, for sure. And one of the things that ails nowadays, that ails people about social media is the ageism. And you know, I use that term, not knowing if it's a real term, but you know, we're gonna go with it.
Ageism. We coined it here.
Oh yeah, you heard it here first, boys. It might be a real thing. I don't know. You never know what we hear, but I just think, you know, it's harder to reach out to older generations. You know, I had a gentleman come to me recently, and he said, look, I need you to set up social media for my business. I have no idea, you know, anything about social media. I don't want to learn. He was like, I want you to do it. And I think that's one thing that, you know, people nowadays are starting to realize. You can make a business out of helping people who don't understand social media with social media.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually one of the services that BAMCubed provides.
Shout out BAMCubed.
What's BAMCubed?
He wasn't even introduced beforehand. This podcast is property of BAMCubed as a organization, LLC, business, advertising, media, marketing, and management. And the CEO sitting right here. It's Finesse Scott over there, head of management.
That's right. Local
we
talent,
run marketing, media, management. You know, we have local talent. Do a little bit of outsourcing. We do a little bit of everything. It's just try to stick our hands in the pop stir up and make Charlotte pop it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Pick it up.
And,
I like it.
you know, I just think that nowadays, you know, trying to reach out to different generations, you use different platforms. So at our, I mean, let me just say social media and events in Charlotte. You know, if we're trying to throw a party or a bar event, near college. What's the best way to reach them, Abe? Come on, you already know.
Only 49ers.
Only
Snapchat.
underscore 49ers. Snapchat, man. 15,000 followers and growing every year at UNCC. It's the best way to reach college students. It's direct. They look at it for moves. They ask about, what's going on campus. You can see everything. I love that. But if we're reaching out to an older generation, say we're throwing an event downtown at a lounge, you might want to reach out on Facebook or maybe even Instagram. You feel me?
You got to also meet up. It's a pretty good one too.
Yeah.
Do people really use that? Like
all
a
the
very
different
like a lot?
I think some people have used it.
Yeah. Do you use it?
I've used it to hit up a couple different clubs.
What kind of clubs?
I was trying to see this. I was like, somebody was like, bro, if you want to go talk to some easy access girls, you gotta hit up a yoga class, bro, or yoga.
Shout out to yoga.
Oh, wow.
One of those like yoga, the free sessions that they have at the park, because you can basically go to you can Google yoga.
Yeah,
clubs.
just be friendly, approachable.
You can Google yoga clubs and they'll show you all the different gyms and whatnot. But like, if you want to go to a free one, you hit up Meetup, and then they link you up with whatever you want to.
Right. I mean, they're all forms of media now. Of course, social media has the three bigs right now. Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. With Facebook falling a little bit behind. Used to be one of the greats, but it's falling a little bit behind. Kind of falling into the hands of the older generation.
Facebook owns Instagram.
Now you are right, but as a platform wise, I consider them two different entities. Because not everybody on Instagram is on Facebook. Not everybody's on Facebook is on Instagram. That's the only
true.
thing. That's the only reason I said. Shout out to the Dead Brothers, Vine, MySpace,
Vine.
stuff like that. But I mean, you got to pave the way.
Shout out Tom, my first friend ever.
You feel me? Got to crack one real quick. You feel me? Ain't gonna lie. Dude, yeah, but one thing that really sparks my interest, boys, is how big events can grow. Social media. We just talked about Charlotte, but let me bring up something that you might have heard of. September 20th. You know what it is. The Area 51 raid.
51, baby. Ooh, we've got to go.
Spicy.
Yo, we get free tickets through the airline. I'm down to show up and show out, baby.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's break in and let's break our boy ET out.
Big fan ET. Shout out to ET.
Yo, Area 51's in Nevada, right?
Yeah, it's 3 hours from Las Vegas.
Sounds about right.
Make a little weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Well, that's another thing with social media, though. You don't know how many of the people are just joking around. They just like
For those fans who don't know, which would only be everybody over the age of 30, basically a Facebook page popped up. Correct, boys? So correct me if I'm wrong. And it was basically a joint event, and the description reads, "Let's storm Area 51. They can't stop us all. If we Naruto run, we can outrun the bullets."
Yes. That was my favorite fucking quote.
Naruto run. And, the first couple days, 500,000 signed up. 3 or 4 days later, it's up to 2 million people signed up to go raid Area 51. So many people signed up that the government actually had to issue a statement, which even more validated the post. Yeah. And got it even more followers, even more likes.
That was like the Streisand effect, where they didn't want to give it any attention,
but they had to.
But by not wanting to give it attention, they gave it.
I just want everybody to close their eyes and imagine 2 million people storming the gates of a government facility.
Like, think about a football stadium. You can only fit 70,000, and just like looking inside of a football stadium, that's only 70,000. You see 2 million people.
Straight Naruto running, arms back and everything. Ha, come on.
Yo,
you just fucked up the animes, bro. You just said the Dragon Ball Z and Naruto.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Clone Jutsu and shit. But I know when Naruto don't lie.
If 2 million people showed up, like, the government can't do anything about that.
Well, it's actually breaking into a government's facility is considered a terrorist attack. Technically, by law, they can fire upon the crowd. And that is what concerns me. That if they so fit handle it like that, they can. And somebody wise, shout out to Chris Gray, came up and said, look, this is a ploy. I was like, what do you mean? He said, this is set up by the government to collect as many dumbasses as possible in one place.
Damn.
and fire on them. I mean, if you really think about it, population getting big out here. Illuminati confirmed, boys.
That'll raise the IQ. We get rid of all the dumbasses.
Any idiot
But-
that actually try to storm a government-protected facility.
But we need dumbasses to do the jobs we don't want to do, though.
No, that is
Dumbass,
true. You know
what I'm saying?
You know, no
We need
offense to
them.
all my workers out here, working hard. We still love you,
Of
though.
course,
Yo,
of
so how
course.
many people do you think would have to show up in order for nobody to really in order for the government to not open fire?
You see, I think if now this is how I said it the other day. Sorry for stuttering and shit. Back when it was at 1 million, I said, guys, 0.001% of 1 million is how many? Thousand.
1,000.
1,000. Sorry, I thought you were a bit better at math. But I'm saying, so imagine
didn't know how many
if 1% showed up. Imagine if 3% of the people who signed up showed up. Now we're talking about over 2 million people already subscribed. So think about that. Think about if it's a
10%,
percentage game. If 10% showed up,
200,000.
I mean, come on. That's
not
more.
enough,
That's
though.
200,000. Would the government gun down 200,000 Americans? I think Washington would immediately be stormed.
You don't
But
think
I
if they-
also think
if they
Area
gun down
51's
like
already
10.
been evacuated. I think them boys, as soon as the post got over 500K, just in case, moved all that shit. If you think the government don't have the money for that, they really do. There was a tweet that went out the other day with a picture of something covered up on the back of a truck with an armored carrier guard. I wish I could find it for you boys right now. Down the highway in the desert, and it looked like a UFO. It really did.
I could see that.
And somebody was like, "They're getting ready for that raid. They're moving everything."
Damn, dude,
Wow,
they
those
think.
fucking assholes won't let us have shit.
Here it is,
Yeah,
boys, right here.
you rushed
This
that.
was the picture from earlier.
Oh,
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. What is
Is
that?
that real?
I'm telling you that was tweeted out today.
You would think they'd put like something over it so that nobody can see what it was.
Yeah,
man. They're literally-
I mean, that for all you know,
they're
man,
hitting it raw, bro.
they are just like
Yo, they're just like, no.
they're just like
fucks
nobody will
with you.
believe them. I mean, for years people been saying shit about aliens.
there's no way.
There's whole social media pages trying to prove the existence of
Or
aliens.
the government literally just made those plastics that's just steel.
I feel like this shit is not working for some reason. I don't know if I'm tripping.
I can hear you though.
Okay.
Yeah. Of our social media podcast, you know who it is. BIGG NC1 with your boy Abe. Follow.
Babe, it's Nez guy.
You
What's
know
good,
what it is.
peoples?
Once again on Mic 3, Moses out here, voice acting for all of us.
I don't know what's it called again.
Big talk.
A big talk.
Big
Big talk.
talk with 2Gs. Now, well, you know, social media was the topic of today. And being college students ourselves, you know, being out here and going to parties and get-togethers, whatever else, social media plays a big role.
Yes, it does. Yes, you gotta promote your party. You know, you gotta make sure the right people know about the party.
And it's all about the right people. I tell you, we've had some parties in which we can't post on our own Snapchat for fear of too many people showing up.
Oh yeah. That's
You know, sometimes you got an apartment or something like that. When you say party, you know, you're trying to get together with like 30 to 50 people max. You know what I'm saying? Anything more than that becomes a problem. You know, whoop, 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 you know, they'll be coming around with the blue and red lights, and you have to explain the problem.
right. Out of nowhere, you just end up with a Facebook page that just ends up with 2 million people, and you know what I'm saying? Well, the government gotta shut you down.
Government
type
always
shit.
has to
That
shut it
Project
down, bro.
X shit. Now, I've always wanted to throw a Project X party before I get out of college. I mean,
Right.
why not?
have
We've
to.
got the means.
Yo, but Project X was in high school though, right?
Yeah, so could you imagine that at the next level? And everybody can actually handle their alcohol. Everybody is actually like ready to throw down and make it like that. Now I've seen a lot of people come out with flyers for, oh, we throwing a Project X party, we doing this, but you know, they don't have the
Yeah,
location,
like
anything.
Project
Yeah.
W.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Project
never
B.
all the way there. I think I still got to claim my birthday party is the closest I've ever seen to that many people at one party. I think we had 600, you know, somewhere around there.
Those
That
are
was
rookie
pretty lit.
numbers, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are
Could you
rookie
imagine?
numbers. Get 'em
Could
up,
you
bro.
imagine having helicopters and shit come through? Like, what the hell's going on at this house?
Right,
Like,
some
that's
motherfucker
crazy.
in the
Dropping
street.
water, all the fires, outbreaks.
Yeah, if somebody with a flamethrower doesn't show up, did you really throw a
That's
party?
Did you
exactly
really
what I
throw
was
a
thinking of
party,
this
bro?
flamethrower, dude.
If you're not throwing midgets, bro, or did you really have a party?
If you don't have a midget toss, is it really that big of a party? And you know, I think we could throw a party. I think, you know, maybe as our last shebang at college, we said, look, You know, only 49ers guys are leaving. It's time to go out with a bang. We're throwing the biggest party North Carolina has ever seen.
Yo, how were parties thrown when like without social media like that? You actually had to plan them out. Nowadays, you can set up a
Facts,
party.
bro. You had
like,
to be in
2
school
days.
handing out the little slips like you're invited, you're invited,
Right,
you're invited.
and you had to give them out like 2 weeks out, and then you had to put it on your calendar to mark it, go days.
Everybody be in school talking about that. That's more high school shit. You know, I think colleges now are so big that in order to communicate with all the students that aren't just in your clique or in your classes or anything like that, you know, spreading the word only goes so far. You've got to use social media to get the word out there.
Yo, but think about this. Think about how wild parties used to get when nobody had to worry about getting caught on camera.
Oh, you're right.
Honestly.
People used to get down.
But nowadays,
crazy.
most people don't even care if you're really drunk or like shit faced. You may not.
I don't know if you
care
remember
about the
Craig's
camera,
that
bro.
night when shout out to Megan Carter started. Hey, we're just gonna get naked and jump in the hot tub in the middle of the. Hey, fuck it, had to do it. But it was the most legendary thing I've ever seen. I was like, yo, that's the most awesome female I've ever met in college. Period. Like, fuck it, she just out here, like, you know.
Did any females join her getting naked and going?
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure.
How
No,
many?
it was quite a large pool party. Got the picture on my phone down. No doubt.
Let me see.
Calm your thirsty ass down. Get this man another beer.
Man, had to ask, you know what I'm saying? It's the testosterone.
But you know, stuff like that. It's just like, you know, shout out to our future house pool party, everything like that. You know, I just think nowadays, like, people are so scared to go hard on social media, and I think it shouldn't affect. That's why I think Snapchat is.
Why
the
do you
best
think
form
people
of
are
social
scared?
media.
Why do you think they're
Because,
scared?
like I said earlier, I like to keep my social media clean because jobs and stuff are starting. Social media has become
you're
so prevalent that when you
Right.
apply for some jobs, they ask you to put down your username.
That's crazy, man. I can't work a job like that.
That
If
used to
they're
not be
gonna
a thing. That really did not used to be a thing.
Well, that's because social media wasn't a thing.
I mean, even during the first half of the social media reign, Facebook and everything like that, nobody asked for your Facebook
That
page when you were
sucks,
applying
man.
for a job.
Imagine working at the bank and they're like, "All right, give us your username.
Give
We
us,
wanna check
give us
out
your
what
badge. We saw what happened on social media last
They're
weekend.
like,
We can't
let me
have that."
scan your QR code. Let me see what you
Yeah,
got
I mean,
popping.
you know.
Bro, that would suck.
That's
man.
almost like firing people for like their political views type shit. Firing
Yeah.
them over their social media.
Right.
It's
They
like
just
some
living
shit.
life, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you know, your life outside of work affects your work life. I know.
Unless
Oh,
you're
I know a waitress.
Unless you get KK, you need to get fired.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are some things that we can't look past. But this waitress that worked at this restaurant was seen smoking on her Snapchat story. On her, no, sorry, not Snapchat story. On her Instagram story instead of her Snapchat story.
Smoking
So
on
her
Instagram.
boss followed her on Instagram.
Bro, what's her boss doing even following her?
Exactly.
Right, but this
Decided
is not supposed
decided
to
to give her a random drug test that week. Like, come on. And you know, it wasn't confirmed.
If only it would have been perfect if it was Reggie. She passes.
That would've
You
been
know,
fine.
Reggie gets out your system.
Does it really?
No, I didn't know that. You said that.
No,
just
Reggie.
now.
If it was Reggie, like there's like no THC, she ain't get high. So her test would come back negative.
And you,
Alright.
and you know, when your boss checks your social media, that's one thing. But how is having a business on social media different? I mean, businesses run everything through social media sometimes. You got food trucks who represent themselves, show where they are, everything like that through social media. You've got marketing companies now where social media is their main pitch. Shout out BAMCubed. And you've got legit influencers now. Their personal accounts are their business.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like you know how Pepsi and Cola, like, they just always have commercials just to keep themselves in the people's eyes so they're more familiar, more recognized. So I feel like that's what business Instagram is them constantly putting themselves in the people's eyes so they are more, you know, people are more familiarized with their brand, or, you know, they're like, oh, I've seen that somewhere, you know. I feel like that's where that comes into play now.
I feel like
From what I heard, one of the marketers for like Fashion Nova was strictly telling everybody in the department, like, only gonna be doing social media marketing, no paid ads on TV or radio. And actually, how they did it was they were just paying.
influencers.
They were paying.
Hey,
influencers.
Dan
Cardi
the
B.
band,
Cardi B.
Nick and Dan, the dancing man, Dan.
I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah, what is you doing, baby? Yeah,
Bro,
you know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
but
them.
imagine that, bro. Like, I don't even know who that is, but they paid him and they got in front of your eyes. And
Oh,
then
definitely.
You saw
and that is
Fashion
one
Nova.
of the things that
I saw Fashion Nova through like Cardi B and like there was like a couple other like models.
Yeah,
just
for
doing
sure.
That, bro.
Baddies,
Yo,
always-
Bang the energy.
Oh, Bang
drink.
Energy Drink is
Bro,
killing
every
social media right now.
single-
Shout out to
every
Bang.
single the college girls from like the total frat movement or whatever that is, bro. Like they all are doing Bang
Shout out to all the
drinks,
49ers.
bro.
Wow, it's funny. We said Bang. I thought you were gonna say Bang Bros.
What do they do?
I don't know. I think they,
Pornography, my nigga.
Oh fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
yeah. I thought it was a bunch of bros that go around stopping gangbangers.
Oh Jesus Christ! No, Bang Bros is like
just kidding.
a porn site. But
Nah,
yeah.
oh, really?
Yes,
I
bro.
didn't even know, man.
Okay,
Nah, but
yeah,
Bang the
that's
energy
definitely-
drink. Bang the energy drink, bro. They do like solely.
Right. Shout out to porn. Yes.
Keep it in non-hostile. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, and full social media advertising marketing is not bad. Now, influencers nowadays can charge per.
Post.
I hope this is correct. I think 10,000 followers. It's like every 10,000 followers or something like that. But actually, they can even do it by the thousands of followers, depending on if like a local. See, so for only 49ers, the reason it costs so much is because it's local and it's specific following.
The only thing is that if you have like 1,000 followers, about like how many of those are actually like watching the page, or how many of those are just bots?
Well, see, no. Well, see, that's the other thing. You have to make sure if you are going to get an influencer to advertise for you, you got to make sure they're not growth hacking the wrong way. Now, we have growth hacking services, shout out to BAMCubed, that get you actual followers by targeting, commenting, everything on people's pages. See, that's different. You can gain fake followers. You can pay, okay, I want this person to get 10,000 followers. You can pay money for that, cash money. And
No,
it
but
costs
that's
nothing.
whack.
But when you look at that person's page and they have 30,000 followers, they post a picture and get 200 likes. Then you know, it doesn't add up. That is how you know they're fake followers. See, when you look at somebody and they have 50,000 followers, they post a video and get 30,000 views, okay, that's about right. 3/5 of, whoever follows them is looking at it. And, that's when Snapchat is different. So you see, if you have, let's say, 10,000 followers, and within 2 hours, 2,000 people look at it. All right, that's already 1/5 of your followers. Now, that Snap lasts for 24 hours. Now, say it only goes to 4,000. But Snapchat is about immediate advertising. If I want to do something right now, I get on Snap and say, hey guys, like, I'm really trying to go get some food. Who's trying to come with me? Within minutes, the people who care and who know view my story. Whenever they see my story pop up, I know for a fact, I know at least 10 people that I immediately, if I see their story, I click on it just to see what they're up to. Those are the people who care. When you have an influencer account, people are like, oh, I wonder what so-and-so's up to. Oh, they're giving away free shit here. Oh, there's a deal here that they're advertising for. And
There's
like
a
you
meetup
said,
and
getting
stuff
it in
for it.
front of the people's eyes.
Yeah.
I know, shout out Destroying out here playing football in Canada, a football player from UCF who got kicked off the team for using social media and YouTube to make money. And that's against NCAA rules. So he decided they made him choose. They said delete it all and donate all the money to charity or keep, So he kept the money, and now he has a really successful dude, has over 1 million followers, but he just got picked up by a Canadian football team. Well, he was working out in Nevada, correct me if I'm wrong, probably am, but he was working out somewhere with Marquette King, a kicker for the NFL, making YouTube videos. He put on his Instagram, I'm going to this park to practice kicking. Would anybody like to roll through and catch some of these kicks and play some football one-on-one? And in his YouTube video, at least 30, 40, 50 kids showed up because that's just the influence he has. And that's in Nevada, a state that he's not even based in and he's not normally in. You know what I'm saying? The power of social media nowadays for business is unlimited. Imagine if he said, hey, I'm going to be at this Dairy Queen today signing autographs. Shit. Dairy Queen's going to get a lot of business because, 40 to 50 people coming through. You say they all buying ice cream. Off each person, they're getting $5. There you go.
Yo, have y'all heard of this Spanish artist named Bad Bunny?
Yeah, I know
everyone
Bad
knows.
Bunny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know Bad Bunny.
facts.
Bruh, so apparently there's some kind of political shit happening in PR, and Bad Bunny would literally use his Instagram with 14 million followers on that shit to talk about the corrupt shit that's going on there, and he would be applauding people who's out there actually protesting the streets and shit. And then on today, I saw him post a video. There was thousands and thousands of people over there in the streets flooding. His video was at 400,000, and I saw other influencers out there. I'm pretty sure I saw Nicky Jam out there, but yo, these guys literally use their fucking their social media presence, their following to have a political change for PR.
Yo,
Is that shit not crazy?
what's the population in PR?
I don't know, man. I can tell you, but shit, bro. There's a lot of people in that video.
Yeah, I tell you, and you know the power, like you said, extends to that, and you can use it for politics, social media for yourself, social media for your business. You know, social media has so much power nowadays that you know anything is possible. By the way, 3.47 million people.
3.74 million.
3.47 million people. If 400,000
Yo,
people
but he's got like 14 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
So he has even more followers than the population of the
where
country.
he came from, bro.
That's incredible,
That's
and that just shows you your reach extends everywhere.
He's probably got like a fourth of the country following him too. So maybe
Puerto
there's.
Ricans fuck with their Puerto Rican people, bro. They're
Nah, you're
it's
right.
Like, that's just,
They jump on the
It's
bandwagon.
like nothing else,
like,
man. I tell you, Americans, you know, they come from all over. So you know, you don't know how they support you, where they're originally from, if they even rep America like that. For sure, you know, you're from a small country like that, only 3.4 million people. You know, that's probably not even the population of New York.
Hey, shout out
New
all
York
my
is like 8
Hondurans,
million.
you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
I'm always looking out for my Hondurans.
Looking
Straight
out
up.
for the Hondurans, bro.
Yo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. New York alone has 19.85 million people.
That's crazy.
Get everybody into New York.
You really could, man.
That's crazy.
Yo, Charlotte's only at like 1 million though. What's Charlotte?
No way.
No.
Charlotte is 1 million,
We're
bro.
like maybe like
Yeah, Charlotte.
Nah, man. Population, look it up.
The Charlotte population is 800,000.
Oh, yo.
Oh wait, 2016, 2016, man.
You think 200,000 people have moved in?
I think 2000. I think
3
that many
years?
people. Oh, yep.
900,000.
900,000.
Yo, we haven't even broken a million.
What's the population? I don't know. That doesn't sound right to me. But
Population of Charlotte in 2019
900,000,
is
yo.
899,419.
900,000, bro.
look, what's the population in California? In LA? Actually, in LA.
LA is probably like 15 million.
Yeah, just put
LA. LA population. All right, let me see. 4 million people.
No way,
One
bro.
Fucking
4
city.
million.
Yo,
people.
you sure New York is 19 million?
I promise you, New York population is 19 million.
Bro, there are way too many people in New York.
I mean, you just think about it.
New York's
New
beautiful.
York rises up out of the ground, bro. It's so high.
That is crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
19.85 million people, and that's in 2007.
No.
Got it.
I mean, bro. I mean, they're probably counting the rats and shit.
2019.
Yo,
Hey, shout out to my
roaches,
New
man.
Yorkers. Yeah, 325 million people live in the United States. That's only as of 2017, but probably more now. But think about the
20
percentage
million-
of that
20
that's on
million
social
of that
media.
20 million of those people live in New York.
20 million. But think about what percent of those people on social media. And you know, social media doesn't just mean, you know, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Do you consider YouTube social media? Do you consider Netflix social media?
I would say YouTube is social media. man.
Spotify?
Spotify is social media too. People, there's like a lot of local artists that can put up their stuff and people can follow them, subscribe.
But social, what do we define as social media then? Do we define any platform in which you can meet and see other people? Because on Spotify, you can follow different profiles, see what music they like.
And not only that, you
comment
can see
and
where,
stuff.
where the concerts are gonna be on their next concerts and all the subsequent ones that follow after.
True.
I don't know, guys. I feel like Spotify is a different category. I don't think it's.
I mean, it is music streaming, but if you think about it, Instagram has TV streaming now. Just putting that out there.
That's true. And so
Facebook
so
has
YouTube.
Facebook TV, so YouTube has, by that fact, I always consider YouTube a social media. The comment section on YouTube is probably one of the funniest places to go on the planet.
It's up there
That's
with like
true.
where world star comments. Yeah, it's up there.
You
Yo,
can
so, like,
follow
Reddit,
people who
do you
don't even
think
have
Reddit-
videos.
Reddit is social
Reddit's
media?
definitely social
Oh,
media.
yeah,
Reddit,
for
yeah,
sure.
Reddit is for sure social media. It's like a Twitter
Basically.
almost. It's like basically the same thing as Twitter, but it's just for.
It's like Twitter stripped down
yeah,
to just like
yeah.
coding. It's
yeah,
like a whole bunch
exactly.
of
It's like a
text.
stripped down version of Twitter. Twitter is the pretty boy,
Pretty, yeah,
and Reddit is his older brother who lives on the streets.
yeah. He's super functional though.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Now, the Reddit's not hard to use. You can sell and buy anything on Reddit. Shout out to Reddit. Yeah.
Amazon. No, but Amazon has
Amazon.
and their own originals. They have music. You can send your wish list to people. You
Now-
can see what other people are viewing if you want to buy something.
That
Like
is true. No, that is true. You
like
see
what's
more popular.
considered social media?
I don't know,
Is-
man. That's also like a buying platform. If you consider that a form of social media, you'd also have to consider eBay.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what really fits into that category, but I don't think that does. I don't think that fits into the category.
It's more
of
of
social
like
media.
a marketplace thing.
Yeah, that's more of like an online marketplace because you go to a physical marketplace, you do the same thing. You meet, greet people, see what other people are looking at, same thing. But that doesn't make it a form.
It's not really a social.
It doesn't make it
gathering.
it doesn't make it a social gathering. So I could go on fucking Nike.com and 3,000 people bought this. It's almost sold out.
You know what I just remember? Cardi B blew up because of how she used to make the funny videos on Instagram and shit. That's how she blew the fuck up and went viral.
She really?
Yeah, that's like a big part of her like platform and how she got big.
A lot of people can get big off solely social media. Right. One post, one meme can propel your career. Look at Filet. Do you know who Filet is? Filet is a basketball player, amateur, and he does voiceovers of NBA basketball games. Cross tween, left right, up layup, Filet. He makes those videos, and he got famous off one of them. It was of I think it was of one of LeBron's move, and LeBron put it out there. Was like, yo, this dude's funny as hell. Next thing you know, dude's got thousands of followers. Now he's out here, has his own shirt line. He does singing, everything like that. You can blow up off anything random. I'm telling you, the dude who put out the Area 51 post, shout out to the beginning of the show, he has so many followers now.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, just from that one post, he literally has probably posted nothing else interesting in his life. I haven't followed him because I figured he hasn't posted anything else interesting. But
what are the negative effects of blowing up too quickly when you're like not ready? Maybe you haven't you get lucky and you haven't really cultivated what your personal brand is yet.
Right, and growing on social media is important. How you do that. Blowing up is good if you know how to capitalize off it. I guarantee today, if Abraham posted a meme on his Instagram that blew up to a couple 100,000 views, and then his Instagram got a couple 100,000 followers, know how to channel that positively.
Oh yeah, for a fact.
I would know how to channel that positive. Maybe even you would know how to channel that positive. But you see some people, they weren't ready for it, they weren't expecting it. They would immediately get messages from people, hey, like, I want you to post about this, I want you to do this and that, and it would go to their heads, they start trying to take money, starting to reach too big too soon.
But the thing is also some things that I see is that I feel like the wrong people who are really just like they're it's like empty talent that gets blown up. Right. Like that bad baby, the girl who's like, "Cash me outside."
I'm so glad you brought that up. Empty talent. And now some of her raps are clever. Not that she writes them shits, but
not even.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
Hate her music,
but
don't ever say
it is
that.
one of those things. She got famous off being ignorant. The video was not even hers. She didn't take it. It was on a TV show.
And that was completely luck, man. She had no clue she was gonna become a rapper.
It was years later that it became famous.
It's not even years. It was probably like maybe a couple months that became famous. And she started making a couple like Instagram or Vine videos. Yeah, then after that, maybe she went low key for like a couple of months. And she came back with like a mixtape, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I got 2 stories of people that blew up really quickly over this past month. Did y'all hear about that video about that dude? He started blanking on that woman at the bagel shop.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was like a 5-foot dude, and he starts like screaming at the
with
girl.
the shirt and and now they're selling on either Total Frat Move or something else. They're selling his outfit as like a thing, just like they did to the dude with the red sweater vest who was doing the political thing. He was getting interviewed for, oh man, I'm so blanking right now, Ken something or whatever. He became a whole thing. They started swelling his sweater vest right before Halloween. People started buying his outfit and wearing it out, and all it was a pair of slacks, a red sweater vest, a watch, like some glasses, something else. Yeah. And literally people can capitalize off anything.
Bruh, so like girls, so remember how he was like saying, oh, like girls fucking like never pay me respect, blah blah blah. This dude has random ass girls taking selfies with him, like this, I don't know, for no reason. I don't know what kind of reason would a woman want to take selfies with this man when he was like shitting on women.
That's another thing. Like girls have it easy on social media. If you have like somewhat of if you have a fit body and huge rear end, you're basically getting countless followers. You can get any sponsorship from almost anyone.
But that's how you could tell who the real ones are, not by what they flaunt, what they do. There's one girl, Liza. She's a comedian, and she is mad cute. She really is. Right. But she doesn't flaunt it like that. She wants to show that she's funny, that she's creative, everything like that. That's why I really appreciate her Instagram. But every once in a while she posts something about how beautiful she does post a cheeky photo. But she also posts really goofy photos in which she looks ugly, because she knows what's really important is that people relate to you. I actually worked with a girl before, and I told her, well, why don't you, you want to be on media, you want to be on TV, why don't you vlog and stuff like that? And she said, because I don't want to just get famous because I'm pretty. She was like, I know I'm pretty. She's like, I know people send me messages all the time asking me to model and do this and that. And she said, I don't think that's authentic. She's like, I want to authentically get famous
There's no
for my voice
substance
and what I got to say.
behind that,
And I've never felt like, wow, okay, this is like a real live person who like really knows the difference between being famous and having a reason for being famous.
Well, she can be sponsored by Fashion Nova, bro, and get her money through there, bro.
Fashion Nova will bless
Fashion
you.
Nova will bless you if you have a lot of followers and you're a female.
And you know, that just shows, once again, the power in social media, boys. No matter what your situation, no matter what you're doing, social media can gain you followers or viewing, can gain you business, could be your business. You know, social media now in the 21st century is the come up. If you don't have it, and once you create it, follow your boy, Matthew_67balls, BIGG on mic 1. On mic 2, you got Abraham.
Yo,
Shout out to
me.
It's a finesse guy. And on mic
Follow
3, the
me,
guest
follow
for the
me,
day.
follow me,
Thank you for
follow
your time,
me.
Moses.
Just follow me, MOISES, JDC,
Yes,
Instagram,
sir.
baby.
Once again, this has been Big Talk, BIGG.
Yo.